Welcome to Sandra's Therapeutic Kitchen. Today we are going to make some delicious Haitian patties you will not regret. Okay, so before I start working on the patties, so I have to clean the surface where I'm gonna use to roll my patties. Okay, so I'm using some vinegar to clean the surface where I will be working on, okay? So that's all I'm gonna do. Just cleaning the surface. Okay, so here is our ingredients to make our patties. So our ingredients include some crisco shortening, some all-purpose flour, 1 egg, salt water. We have some chicken and ground turkey for the fillings. But we will show you all the other ingredients that goes into the fillings later. But for now, we are going to focus on making the dough for our Haitian patties. And I will have the exact measurement listed for you guys. Okay? Okay, so we are ready to make our dough. So all I have now is my salt water and my 1 egg, and then my flour, my all-purpose flour. So I'm making a little hole in there. Okay, and I'm gonna put my eggs in there, drop my eggs in there. Okay. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mix the eggs in there. Okay, so here is my dough and it's ready to be rolled. All right. So I will be putting a little bit of flour on the surface so it doesn't stick. Okay. So that, and if it sticks, you just put your flour. If you feel that it's gonna stick, you can also put some flour on your roller. Okay, and go ahead and roll your dough. You can play with it, you can turn it around, you just have fun with it. You can take it and just, like I said, play with it. Play with your dough. We are rolling it so we can make it flat, so we can put the crisco shortening on there. Okay, I'm gonna get it flat to where I can put the shortening. Okay guys, so my dough is all flattened. All right, it's all flattened. So now what I'm gonna do is add my shortening, okay? So I'm gonna do is put the first coating, because we're gonna do 2 coats of the shortening for the first time, okay? So we are going to do, first we're gonna coat the first one. All right. So this is the first coat. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this end and fold it. All right. Make sure you cover all of the dough. Okay. Now here's the second coating. It's not complicated. So we're gonna do a second coating. Okay, this is the second coating. All right, so I am going to fold it over. All right, you're gonna fold it again, and we are going to refrigerate it for about 30 minutes. All right, and we're gonna repeat the step like 2 or 3 times. I'll let you know exact depending on what's going on. So okay, so this is the first dough that's gonna go in the fridge. Okay guys, it's about 30 minutes later, and I took out my dough from out the fridge. I just added some flour on the surface. I'm going to roll it so I can add my other layer of shortening. So I'm gonna roll it. It's looking so pretty. Oh, my dough's looking pretty. So I'm rolling my dough so I can put the second coat. No, I'm sorry, the third coat. Because remember, the first time we added 2 coats of shortening. This will be the third coat. Okay. And we'll probably repeat this step for one more time. And we should be good. Okay, so the coat is added. Now I'm going to fold it. Okay, I'm folding it. All right, I'm gonna fold it again. Give it another fold. And it is ready to go into the fridge for another 30 minutes until we go ahead and do it again. This is it, guys. Okay guys, this is the last coating we're gonna do. Okay, I forgot to mention, every time I put it in the fridge, I did cover the dough with saran wrap. Okay, so now I'm removing that. This is the last coating we are putting. Okay, so let's get started. Let me pour some flour over here. Okay, so there we go. This is gonna be the last coating of crisco. Okay, and if it sticks, just use your flour and put it over here. Okay, so this is going to be our last coating, like I said, and you can either put it in the fridge after that. You can keep it in the fridge. If you don't need to use it right away, you can leave it in the fridge for the next day, and then whenever you're ready to cook it, you can cut it, which I'll show you guys how I cut it and when I'm gonna cut it. I actually don't need it right away, so I need it tomorrow. So I'm gonna let it sit in the fridge overnight because I don't need it now. So I'm gonna let it stay overnight. And the trick is, the longer it's in the fridge, the lighter it gets, the flakier it'll get. So if you don't need it right away, you don't have to cut it. And it's always wise to make your dough a day, at least a day ahead. Okay, so you don't have to be making it that same day and cutting it. But if you need to, you know, you have no choice. But it's better if it stays in the fridge for at least 24 hours or 12 hours. Okay guys, so this is my last coating, which was a total of 4 coatings. The first time we did 2 coatings, then we put in the fridge, took it out and put a 3rd coating. We put in the fridge, now I took it out again, and I'm putting the last coating of crisco. So it's a total of 4 coats of crisco for this dough. Okay, basically I'm just coating it, and then I'm gonna fold it, put it in the fridge, and I'm gonna let it stay overnight because I don't need it. I don't need it today or tonight, but tomorrow I will definitely take it out and I will cut it and then add our fillings and then enjoy it. Bake it and then enjoy it. Okay, this is it. I am folding it. This is it. I'm gonna fold it. And then we're gonna put it back in the fridge. We'll let it stay in the fridge till tomorrow because I don't need it tonight. And tomorrow I'll be able to show you guys how I make the filling, and we'll be able to bake it tomorrow. That's it. I'm going to put it back in the fridge. That's it. Good morning. So it's the time to make the filling for our patty. Our dough is sitting in the fridge since last night, and this morning we are making our filling for our Haitian patty. So I have both chicken breast and ground turkey for the fillings. All right, so we'll have 2 different patties, 2 different fillings for the patties. Okay, so I started with seasoning my already cleaned chicken breast. Now I'm adding some tomato sauce. I have already added the dry ingredients. Okay, so we're gonna let it cook down. Okay, once it's cooked down, we're gonna add some more spices in there. And we also have our turkey, ground turkey, cooking over there. Our chicken is drying up, it's looking good. Gotta add I'll be adding some bell pepper and onion into each pot. One of the pan is for the chicken and the other one is for the ground turkey. So I'm sauteing the onions and bell pepper for each meat. Okay, here you go. Getting ready to make the sauce for the ground turkey. Yes, I added some Haitian Epis. Oh wow, it's smelling so good in this kitchen. I just added some tomato sauce. Yes, I need my meat to be very pretty and tasty, of course. I have some dry ingredients here, such as complete seasoning, onion powder, and then we are adding our meat. It's going to be delicious, yes. Okay, so that's our ground turkey in the process of being cooked. Okay, in the process of being cooked. You know it's gonna taste good inside my patties. Yes, and we are adding the rest of the
dry ingredient to it, such as the Goya all-purpose seasoning. Okay, yes, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, now we are working on the chicken. So, we already added our bell peppers and onions to the chicken, and it's smelling pretty good. Cannot wait to add the chicken to inside the dough, and it's going to be so delicious. The chicken is my favorite. It's really gonna be good. Okay, now we are ready to start cleaning our surface so we can roll our dough. We want to make sure our surface is clean. We're using some vinegar to clean our countertop where we are going to roll our dough. Remember, it's the morning now. Our dough was in the fridge for a couple hours. I let it stay overnight because I didn't need it, the night before. So I let it sit in the fridge for a couple hours, which will help the dough to become lighter and flakier. The more it sits in the fridge, it's gonna be lighter and flakier. And it's always wise to make your dough at least 24 hours if you have time, if you have the time to let it sit in there at least an 24 hour before using it. You will see the difference. But if you have an emergency, you need to make it right away. Go ahead, but it's you'll get a better result if you let it stay in the fridge at least 24 hours before baking it. Okay, so I got my dough all flattened. Okay, so now we are going to cut our dough so we can add our filling to it. Okay, so we're gonna cut our dough. Now we are adding some ground turkey to it. Remember, we have two fillings. We have the ground turkey and the chicken. So, but we're starting with the ground turkey. That's what we have first. That's what we're using first. Okay. So we are once we fold them, what we're gonna do, we are going to use some egg wash to brush over on top of our dough. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. You can't really see it because some camera issue, but basically what I'm doing is brushing some egg wash on top of my patties. Okay, and we're going to let there you go. We're gonna let it bake for 1 hour about on 350, and it's done. It's done, guys. It is done. Here we go. We got our patties. Look how pretty they look. Look how pretty they look, and they are very flaky and delicious. Yes, very flaky, very light, and very delicious. Look at our patty. Look at our patty. Look how pretty it is. It's a very pretty. It's a very pretty. Wow.
Okay, guys, here's our patties. They're very flaky. You hear it? You hear the flakiness in here? You hear it? So this is our patty. This is it. See the flakiness? There we go.